Okay everyone, so we are just now combining actually the video to show you guys, and this is all part of our assessments. Now, many of you that have been following us or have recently looked at a lot of our horses on the YouTube channel, you'll see that they do have to go through a number of assessments here with us, and quite often these assessments really are just for our reference, for your reference, to show, so we can show you the horses with exactly what we see. Long gone are horses adverts that you used to just read a lot of text and go off a description. It's far better if you can see the horses for yourself, especially nowadays. There's a lot of the long distance purchases, so I think to be able to see the horses as much as possible is obviously helpful to anybody that may be interested. So this is obviously Jasmine out hacking alone. This is her first hack with us alone, so you are seeing exactly what we're seeing as we see it. As you can see that obviously I'm following in the car, but you can see that she left the yard with no hesitation. That's something that we always look for, and you know, not every horse is confident to hack alone, and it's not the end of the world. You know, there is some that prefer to hack in company, and on the whole, when we're hacking as part of the horse's routine or exercise, we pretty much 99.9% of the time go out in company. It's obviously safer, you know, so hacking, we always advise company where possible for all the millions of reasons that it's safer. However, it is very, very I think important to be able to just see how a horse hacks alone, because there is still many of us that that aren't able to hack out in company for whatever reason, and don't always want to wait for somebody to ride with. So if a horse hacks out alone confidently, obviously it's a massive bonus. So we always assess our horses out alone. The home that she has come from, as I was saying on the previous voiceover, was a farm home. It was not a livery yard, so she did spend many times hacking out alone anyway, so we absolutely knew that this mare was great hacking alone. So it's just a case of us showing her to you as well. So the road is obviously really quiet right now. It's typical, but this, believe it or not, this lane you know, does get quite busy. It is, you know, with your farm vehicles and stuff like that, but she's absolutely great in traffic. She's good in heavy traffic as well, doesn't bat an eyelid. She's actually just been on the yard and the tractor's been moving all the hay bales and things like that, and I just hadn't got my phone was on charge, I just hadn't got my phone on me, but hay bales dropped next to her. She doesn't care, you know, she's very, very good like that. I will just say before we get around this little corner, I always say it on my videos, this is the corner where the gate is set back and there's some dogs behind the gate. It quite often sometimes makes a horse jump, or the horses just have a little look, but when you're videoing from this angle, it does look like they're just having a look at nothing, so it is fairly normal if they do. Not all of them do, but I always sort of prepare before we get there, because what she can see behind the gate, we can't see from this angle. We will only, there you go, I told you. They jump, what they do, I don't know if I'll be able to video it. They come at the gate like last minute, and then they go up the hedgerow where she is now, like there, and then they go up the hedgerow. So you know, it is always good to see horses, how they react, whether something if something makes them jump, whether they're quite happy to just carry on and not bother. And as you can see, she is more than happy to just carry on. So those of you who haven't seen the previous voiceover, it will be up on our YouTube. You've now got horses in the field to the left running round. You can't see that. You see, these are all obstacles when you're hacking out on these lanes that you really not sure if I'm not sure if the camera paused then, guys, because my phone was doing something. Hopefully it hasn't, it's still recording. But yeah, when you're hacking out on these country lanes, what looks like a sort of non-hazardous hack, you know, you've got you never know what you're faced with. You've got all these bad bends, so we would only take a horse out here alone. Well, any hack actually that we weren't that we would only take a horse out alone that we were sure of, for safety reasons, as I say. So a little bit more info now about Jazz. She is 15-1, she's 10 years old, just an absolute super natured horse. Very, very easy. I would call her a confidence giver. It's very difficult when we're describing these horses if we advise who they're suitable for, because sort of people take what you say set in stone. But I would be very confident to have a novice rider riding her. She's had novice riders riding her happily, so she has proved herself suitable for a novice rider. I'm just gonna let these cars pass. Yeah, she's proved herself super safe and suitable for novice riders, for all types of riders. As you can see, she's very, very good hacking and sensible hacking out alone. Not really bothered about anything. She's a sort where you've got to put a bit of leg on to ask, but you haven't got to put too much leg on, so she's enjoyable to ride. She's not one of those that you've got to keep kicking every second, but she's definitely not one that's taking you and making you feel unsafe. So I'm just going to park up now and see if we can get a little canter in somewhere here. So I'll just turn the camera off and pick it up in a second. There you go, guys. I looked in my rear view mirror and saw the lorry behind, so I thought, oh, at least you can see her in the heavy traffic. Right, guys, so we try and put in the assessment where you can see them in open spaces, and they definitely don't come more open than this. As you can see, Nick's just popped into a lovely little canter. She's not got strong, she's not got excitable. I've just zoomed in so you can see a bit of her there, but yeah, I mean, this is a massive open field, God knows how many acres. So those are few that quite like to pop off onto a bridle path or into a little field, well, or big field for a canter. Then you want to see that they are polite. As you can see that Nick's cantered away and is trotting back home. That'll just be so she can show you that the horse is not excited, not trying to, there you go, nice little pat for Jazz. So yeah, she's not excitable, she's not trying to rush home. Loose your reins, Nick. There you go. So nice easy rein, snaffle mouth. God knows how many acres this field is now. Nicky always says one of these days something's going to happen. It could just even be the slightest little trip up or something, and you're going to lose your horse over a 100-acre field.
It meets the road all the way back up there, this field does.
Oh, does it?
Around, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So can you get out all the way up the road?
Yeah, there's a gate all the way at the top there.
There you go. Right, I'm going to turn my car around, guys, and follow on the way home. Very good. Okay, so Nick and Jasmine on the way home. So as you've seen, actually, on it was good luck that we got a big sort of trailer truck, whatever that was, pickup thing. So you could see her with the large vehicle, and as you could see, she never batted an eyelid at all. You could see her in the open field where she was very polite, popped into canter when asked, clearly stopped when asked, and was quite happy to just turn around and come home without getting fizzy or strong or anything else. So this is what you want, well, this is what we want anyway when we're hacking out alone. You know, at the end of the day, it's got to be enjoyable when you're hacking in general. So horse that's quite easily, it was quite easy to take out. As you can see, she's not too forward on her way home either. You know, you get some that if you've gone so far, had a canter, and then on the way home they get a little bit jig-joggy or anything like that. She's nothing like that. Nick's got a nice easy rein on her, and she is just quite happily hacking home. So this mare, as you know, she's just done a little bit of everything, mainly dressage, hacking, fun rides. She recently done a fun ride. Oh, there you go, here we get another lorry. This is the whole thing with these lanes. Obviously, within any country lane, not just these lanes, you are all the time meeting what you don't even know you're going to meet round a bad bend. You know, they're just coming round the corners, and if you've got a horse that's very spooky, or a horse that tends to be lack a little bit of confidence in heavy traffic, it's not safe on these roads because there's actually nowhere to go. They're narrow, and as I say, like, especially when you're coming around a blind bend, if your horse is going to react, it's dangerous. So when we hear the horses come towards, we really do try and, what's the word, assess, but just show you guys exactly how they are out in real life, because when you come to try a horse, then you know, you sort of have that short time, like 20 minutes or so, to come and try them, and in that time you've got to try and see as much as you want, as much as you can. So when we do these videos, at least you can play them and replay them and take your time and see, and so you know exactly what the horse is and what you expect to either see or what you expect to have once you take them home. So bearing in mind, she's never hacked up here before as well. This is completely new to her. It's not a usual route. It's not somewhere she's used to going. She's not with any friends. And I just think it shows quite a happy, comfortable, relaxed and confident horse when they'll come out alone and happily hack. And obviously whatever is thrown at them, then they're not going to make a fuss. I mean, other than the dog startling her, I mean, that's fairly what you would expect. She's alive. She's not a robot. Right, I've got a van behind me that's getting right up my backside, so bear with. So anyone wanting just a really sweet-natured, polite, easygoing horse, then this is going to be Jasmine. She's just super lovely. Honestly, her nature, you'd have to meet her, and you'd only have to be in her company for 5 minutes and you'd see just what a sweet-natured horse she is. She's not a narky mare, as I was saying on my previous voiceover, that she enjoys human interaction. You know, those of you that like a gelding because they want something that's a little bit cuddly and, you know, affectionate, and that you can spend a bit of time with and around and not just riding them, then she's going to fit that bill too. Because, as I say, she's not marish, and she does enjoy the human interaction, and, you know, she's always coming over for a cuddle. She's just a really, really, really nice horse to have around. She's great to load, she's great to travel. You can see that she's not spooky. She's fully shod as well. She's good to shoe. I think her shoes are due actually in the next couple of weeks. She's chapped registered. I've got some lovely photos of her out competing dressage. She's beautifully marked actually. In fact, she's quite unusually marked. You know, she's really striking looking. She's very pretty, and she'd be a good weight carrier as well. So we are almost back to the yard, and as I was saying, as we set out, you are seeing exactly what we see. You know, these horses that we find are really, really, really hard to find, and we really do try and stick to the types that everybody else, you know, that everybody's sort of wanting. It's so difficult to find these horses between 15 hands and 15.2. It is actually one of the hardest sizes to find. I can easily find sort of a 14.2, you know, but it is hard to find when they're a bit bigger, and they are still very, very highly priced. But she is going to be in the green heart range, and she will be complete with her tack as well. So she's reasonably priced. We do also have a returns policy as well, so anybody that wants to ask any more questions on anything, just feel free. Okay, right, thanks guys.